Can you tell us what exactly is different when it comes to the US education? When you look at the ranking, the top 50 rankings, you would always find 25-30 schools are from United States of America. As an international student, you need to come out of your shell. In terms of safety, we have police patrolling happening in the campus itself. They are on the pay scale of the university. At Iowa State, we have a 95% international placement record. It's a beautiful campus. It's the 25th most beautiful campus in the US. You name the program, we have it. We have our expertise long back, 166 years, 6,500 faculties on. We have 1,800 acre campus. We have our football stadium that can accommodate 70,000 people.
I think I need my admission in Iowa State.
We genuinely look into students who want to study at ISU. That's the first thing that we look at, the inclination of the student to join the school. Our school completely funds the MBA. Plus, we are offering 35% scholarship for the students as well. I can say that, you can study completely at free of cost at Iowa State University.
Right.
If you have the caliber, if you have the passion, and if you're working towards your degree.
Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Saarthi Education Foundation. This is Mansi Kakkar, and today with us we have a very interesting guest, Miss Sheena Virmani. Miss Sheena Virmani, welcome to Saarthi Education channel.
Thank you so much, Mansi. It's a privilege to be here and we are super excited for today's session. So here we are to answer each and every queries that students have pertaining to US education.
Lovely, lovely. So for the listeners, Miss Sheena is an international recruitment manager, a senior international recruitment manager with Iowa State University, one of the very premium and very, very sorted university based in USA. So starting with our first question, Sheena, can you tell us what exactly is different when it comes to the US education? Like what exactly, makes student different when they go to US and they receive education from there?
All right, so we find a lot of students every year pick and choose international study destinations.
Right.
There is so many study destinations, but when you look at the ranking, when you look at the top 50 rankings, you would always find, in the top 50, 25-30 schools are from United States of America.
True that.
The reason being US, of course, we say land of opportunities, there's so much that students can explore, but there is a reason behind it. It's because of the practical learning that students have. When I say practical learning, it is not just, they'll be working on labs, laboratories, but there is so much more to do with that practical learning, the dissertations, the projects that they do, right? So it's not just they're going to come to classes, just stay on, campus, go to the labs and work, but they would step out of their comfort zone and understand the industry and be job ready. And that is why, students who go for, studying in the US have a cutting edge when compared to other students, when they have to. And, you can look at there's so many schools, right? So students always feel that, which school to pick, which, so much of locations, so much, I can explore, you want to go ahead, explore different states. Every state in the US functions very differently, right? Okay. So, and, you would have so much of opportunity within each state itself to explore. You're learning, you're growing, you're developing professionally. I give a small example, when you look at Iowa State University, every school you would have, a career placement cell, right? But at Iowa State, we have 6 career placement cells. So we would have every child is having a career counselor right from day one.
Okay.
And that is what, makes us very different in hand-holding. Because I understand a lot of international students, they would do their degree, just once, and for them to go feel comfortable, feel home is very important, right? And we at the school, ensure, and especially this is in the US, very welcoming. We ensure that every international student is welcomed, and that's why you see the numbers growing every year.
Of course, I'm sure.
Keeping aside, the politics, keeping aside, whatever happens.
Yes,
So you would always find students picking and choosing United States of America as their study destination because of the facilities, because of, it's always two ways. The students feel welcomed.
Of course.
And that is the reason why, a lot of students, you're having the flow going to the States.
Yeah, it's interesting. Also, so what makes US one of the best destinations as told by you? If I summarize, the first thing is the stronger curriculums that they have, practical learning, exposure, their project dissertations, and obviously the welcoming nature, the diversity dynamic that they have. Right. Interesting. Very interesting to know. And what about the transition? I think that if US has their own points and preparations and everything, what exactly you think a student should be prepared with? Like when they come to USA,
Yes.
what individual does a USA expect, or a USA university would expect, if I put it in words?
We would say that, you're coming to study in the US, you're as an international student, you need to come out of your shell.
Okay.
Right? You are going to be interacting with domestic students, and faculties who are locals of the states, and of course you have faculties across as well. So you need to come out of your comfort zone, right? Some it's like, I might not be able to adapt, I might feel homesick. It's nothing to worry. A lot of students also feel, I have a lot of parents come and tell me, in terms of safety, Western culture, will I be introduced? My child, is going for the very first time. And these are genuine concerns. And I do understand, because drugs are legal, guns are legal. So, they're all worried, right? So, and I would say that safety for an international student is in their hands, right? We ensure that, like at our school, at Iowa State University, we have police patrolling happening in the campus itself. They are on the pay scale of the university.
Oh, interesting.
So, in every 1 kilometer, you will have students who can go, they will be picked, they will be dropped. There are shuttle facilities available. US goes that extra mile, the schools go that extra mile to ensure that students are able to adapt to the US culture very easily.
Right.
We ensure, at Iowa State, we have a, destination Iowa, where for the first 10 days, students come and they feel welcome. And the fun fact, when you go to US, if you happen to land to Iowa State University, you will find more than 495 Indian students there.
Oh, interesting.
You would definitely not feel homesick, right? You will have Indian families also there. I can quote examples of our professors who have gone to Iowa, who are there, who are teaching, and they would come, welcome the community. So, I think, and this is just, if you heard, you would hear a lot of, people, if they go to Texas, they want to name the state of Texas as the state of Telangana.
Right.
So I would say Indian students adapt beautifully and in the US education, and it's very easy, but just I would just say they have to have the willingness, get to come out of that comfort zone, communicate, talk to your professors, your from different places, even if you have international students from Nepal, Bangladesh, talk to them and feel comfortable. So that's what I would advise to the students.
Yeah, of course. So students go with open mindset, understand that networking is the key. More than, going with your grades, resumes, of course, that is part of what is expected out of every international student, but then also understand that you are trying to be different, but if you don't communicate being different, it won't make sense. So yes, for the transition, for the real cause of understanding that, okay, you are going from USA to India, understand that you'll have to talk your way out. Yes.
Absolutely, very well said. So you have to come out, and then you will shine in the States, because a lot of international students get placed very quickly. And at Iowa State we have a 95% international placement record.
Wow.
Companies like Google, Amazon, Collins Aerospace would love to recruit international students from Iowa State.
That's a very positive fact that I think that our listeners would have today. But Sheena, more on Iowa State. Can you tell us what kind of programs are there? How the university functions? Something about the university.
Right. So Mansi, when a lot of time students wouldn't have heard about the state of Iowa.
Okay.
Right? But I would say that it was the 28th state to be formed. It is known as the corn state as well.
Okay.
Just a fun fact, they say that each family cultivates so much of grains that they can feed 270 people.
Okay.
Yes. So, and that's how the state developed. It was the 28th state, and neighboring state to Illinois.
Okay.
So, any student who wants to come down to Iowa State University just flies down to Chicago. From Chicago, we are just 6 hours to Des Moines, which is Iowa's capital. and we are 30 minutes away from the state capital.
Oh, lovely.
That's where our university is. It's a beautiful campus. It's the 25th most beautiful campus in the US. So,
Oh, wow.
4,500 universities, but we are ranked 25th when it comes to the most beautiful campus. We have been into existence for more than 166 years.
Wow.
So Iowa State is not a school that was established in 2016. We have our expertise long back
Oh,
since,
wow.
166 years with 30,000 students, 6,500 faculties on.
Wow.
We have all the facilities.
Uh-huh.
Our campus is, if you look at the campus, we have 1,800 acre campus,
Wow.
6 colleges.
Right.
So when a student goes to the US, they want to have that university experience, so you will find a very beautiful mix of, an international university experience, a traditional university approach, but a very welcoming with all the innovation, all the centers. So that's how it is. We have our football stadium that can accommodate 70,000 people in one go. So all our students during the weekends are there. There are matches, there is free food available on campus. So it's very, very happening.
Right.
Trust me, Mansi, we celebrate all the festivals. So, even the Indian festivals are celebrated very well on our campus. So you will always find it's, students have something to do on campus.
Okay.
About our school, what is very unique is we have 800 student clubs and organizations.
Oh, wow.
So, you can be a part of dance, dramatics, sports, whatever you want to do, you can explore on our campus. And we give the students that privilege to go ahead. And if you feel that you want to form your own club, activity, student club and organization, we give you the free hand. You can go ahead, build it. So that's the kind of exposure that we give at Iowa State. Talking about academics,
Right.
we have, you name the program, we have it. So you were asking, you're having accounting, yes. You have zoology, yes. Do you have, computer science, IT? We have 100 majors at the undergrad, 200 majors at the grad. So, and we of course have, because we are an R1 certified school, which is very, very unique. There are only 200 schools, less than 200 schools that fall under public research category in the US.
Of course.
So
Okay,
Iowa
noted.
State University falls under public research university, right?
Interesting.
And that comes, when you have, a ranking of, our school stands very strong when it comes to ranking. We stand at 115 ranked university in the US, and globally we are in the top 400.
Wow.
So, and just not that, Mansi, even our programs are ranked globally.
Wow. I think I need my admission in Iowa State. What are the requirements that you have? Like if we focus on what exactly in terms of the academics or the language proficiencies, or what are the requirements to make it to Iowa State?
So, very easy, very straightforward. We genuinely look into students who want to study at ISU. That's the first thing that we look at, the inclination of the student to join the school. And how do we do that? Obviously, your academics, your scores do talk about, how you've been. Because at the end of the day, when you're doing a computer science program, we would look at, how you've been doing in mathematics as a subject, right?
Right.
So you might have grades that, are, basically average, but then you are very strong in mathematics.
Right.
We understand a student who wants to go to study medicine has to have a strong foundation in biology. We give importance to those subjects that are important for the student to excel at our university. So yes, our admission, we require a 3.0, which is the minimum requirement, 3.0 on a scale of 4. Of course, English language proficiency, we accept IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, PTE. Undergrad, we just require 6.0 in IELTS. Equivalence, Duolingo 100, and PT is just 48 is what we need.
Right.
And apart from that, if you have your CV, right, which can, because that is what we will know your activities, what you've been doing,
Right,
right?
of course.
So that is the other document. And then of course your passport to apply.
Understood.
That's the only basic requirement that's needed at the undergrad level. At the postgrad, of course, statement of purpose, recommendation letters, CV gets attached to the requirement. And the grad also we require a 3.0 on a scale of 4.
Understood.
With the English language proficiency at 6.5 and certain programs at 7.5.
Right.
Now, why is that we require a 7.5 is because our Ivy College of Business, that's what we call it. So I'm sure all the students might be thinking Ivy College of Business. So because of, Derry and Jebby who have, invested into our business school. So it's because of their surname, we've got lucky and we have Ivy College of Business at State University.
Okay.
So our school completely funds the MBA.
Oh, wow.
So when I say completely funds, we have guaranteed graduate assistantship available if the student applies with the kind of profile that we are requiring. So if they put in the application way ahead of time with the GMAT score, with the required IELTS score of 7.5, they would get complete support in terms of graduate assistantship, which means their tuition fee would be as much as local students there, which is domestic. Plus, we are offering 35% scholarship for the students as well.
Wow.
So that brings down the cost to $4,000 to $5,000 per semester to study at a school which is ranked top 50 as per Princeton Review ranking and doing your MBA. So
Interesting.
And I'll give you an example here. I was with the student, in Chennai last, for the Christmas break. He was in the country. This child has got an assistantship, has, scholarship, is working on projects. He's doing part-time. He is paying for his master's only 16,000 rupees.
Oh,
16,000 rupees per semester.
wow.
So you have the grades, you have the caliber. We, being a public school, we being getting funds from the government, we will fund your education as an international student. And look at it, our domestic students do not require scholarship. By our fees is already, it would be
understood.
So that is why we want to give maximum support to our international students.
Wow.
So I can say that, you can study completely at free of cost at Iowa State University.
Right.
If you have the caliber, if you have the passion, and if you're working towards your degree. That's the only requirement that we have.
Wow. So Iowa State is actually synonym to the public research university, which gives you good scholarships if you are academically strong. So I think for US, any student who's looking forward for a genuine degree, who's looking forward for opportunity,
Yes.
or to live that American dream, I think Iowa State will be a good destination for them.
Definitely. Also to add to the undergrad, right? Because a lot of parents, they want to experience and they want to make the foundation itself of the child very strong.
True.
So undergrad, again, fantastic programs, fantastic scholarships, up to 50% tuition fee waivers, opportunities for 10,000 undergrad students to work on our campus. We encourage that students can, and that's only legal in the US, that you can only work on campus. And when I say working on campus, it does not mean, that it's not low grade, that we would be putting them on to, where they can work with library, they can work in our cafeteria because we have 20 dining options. Wow. So we have a lot of, one more fun fact, one of our students from Bangalore, he is working in our dining hall and, one of the meal is sponsored by the university, by the hall itself. Because he is supporting. So he gets paid.
Right.
So this helps them to, get a little more independent, make that, I can say living expense a little more, less. So yes, a student, whatever is the cost can come down drastically for a student, whether at undergrad or grad, at ISU, with a lot of opportunities to explore on campus itself.
Wow. So I think this is one of the very safe and very legit option for any student who's looking forward for good education in USA. So I think that Sheena, thank you so much for the time and the guidance that you have given. I'm sure that many students are genuinely not aware about a lot of state universities that gives you world-class options, great academic and great fun, loving campus. So I think that thank you so much for your time and information. Any last messages for the students, the listeners there?
So I would say to all the students who are looking forward to make their dreams come true and want to fly to the United States of America, this is your time to shine. All you need to do is make the right decision for you, explore, understand, and then, apply. And of course, Saarthi Education is always available to handhold you and support you. You're in the right hands when you are with them. So, and that's it from my side.
Thank you so much for your kind words, and thank you so much for today's time, Sheena.